Why is it good for students and faculty to know about personal hygiene?
Well, personal hygiene can protect you from illness. And so it's a really simple way to protect yourself from viruses and bacteria.
And let's say, how do you prevent that? How do you make sure that you don't get sick from that at all? Just keep everybody up to date on that, because I know there's new ways that.
There's always illness going around.
Yeah.
And you can't always protect yourself completely against all illnesses, but you can go a long way to protecting yourself, mostly by using good hand washing. And good hand washing involves usually soap and water for 20 seconds or longer under the water, and then wiping them dry. If you don't have access to water, you can use sanitizers. And certainly if you are a student, a lot of times you're exposed to other people's germs because you're sharing computers and phones and all kinds of stuff with other folks. And so you just want to be sure that you clean your hands in between. One of the things that happens is we tend to touch our faces and rub our eyes and things like that. And that's a lot of times how you get the viruses and bacteria into yourself. So you want to do good hand washing, but you also want to avoid touching your mucous membranes. And if you have coughing or sneezing, you should, sneeze into your sleeve. That would be helpful. Then you're not shaking hands with someone or using something and transporting it to someone else.
Going back to the hand washing, there's a lot of people do the get the paper towel and dry their hands, and people will use the air dryers. I've heard a lot of good things and bad things about the air dryers. Which way of hand drying would you say would be the best way to make sure that you don't get sick?
I think either way is good. You just have to kind of think things through. If you just wash your hands and then you press that button on the hand dryer, you may be exposed to germs from that button. So maybe use this side of your hand, that kind of thing, or your elbow when you come out of the door of the bathroom, things like that, and you just washed your hands. You want to try to push out the door, not use your hands, because a lot of the germs are on the surfaces like doorknobs and things like that. So it doesn't really matter which method you use. If you use the hand towels, you want to go to the hand towel and then use the hand towel to turn off the water faucet.
Okay. I'm saying, because I know in a lot of the dorms and stuff that they have the hand dryers, and some that use towels and stuff, but going to students that live in the dorm, what illnesses should students be more cautious of to make sure that they don't get sick, especially since we're getting close to the end of the semester?
Well, no one wants to be sick during finals.
Yeah.
And you tend to get sicker when you're stressed out. And so that's when people do tend to get sick, is because they're getting stressed and their immune system is down because they're worried about their finals and studying and things like that. Plus during the winter, when you're all crowded around with each other, you tend to get germs and stuff. There's always illness out there. Some things are very short-lived illnesses, and you might not have to miss classes at all. Things like influenza, which hopefully that season is over. We haven't been seeing it lately, but that can keep you out of classes for a good week. So you would like to avoid that. So you want to use good hygiene, but you also want to get your vaccination against influenza. So that would be something I'd say about that. Sometimes we see students with sore throats, and a lot of times it's caused by a virus and they get better. Sometimes it's strep throat, and we can test and treat students at Student Health Services. Sometimes we see people for mono because they tend to be burning the candle at both ends, and that one can make you pretty sick for a while.
And is there any difference between students that live on campus or live off campus? Because I know the dorms can be a lot more touchy than living off campus, because you know where everything's been at. Whom are more likely to get sick?
Well, it just kind of depends upon your living situation. A lot of times the residence halls We kind of think of them as incubators of illness because a lot of people are living together and sharing everything. And a lot of times it's younger students who live there, so people who haven't lived outside of their parents' house, and so they don't remember about all the things to do to stay well, and they share an awful lot of things. You can also have that same situation in an apartment, unless you're conscious of not sharing hand towels and not sharing drinking glasses at the bathroom sink, that kind of thing.
Okay. And like I said, mentioned before that finals are starting to come up, and it's probably the most stressful time for college students. What's a good way for students to just kind of take their mind off of finals and make sure that they still study, but to make sure that they know that, hey, it's not the end of the world?
Well, the best thing to do is to take care of yourself. So, and it's always the best advice to get good nutrition. Sleep is probably the biggest indicator that you'll do better, so don't pull an all-nighter before your final. Get your rest and try to get your studying done in a proactive manner, not procrastinating to the last minute. Do things for yourself, like take a walk, go to a yoga class, things like that.
Okay, and you mentioned earlier that the student health services are on campus. Where exactly are they located?
Student Health Services is located second floor Royce Hall. We're open Monday through Friday. And also counseling services is also located on second floor. You can always call us. You can always talk to a nurse about something. You don't have to be making an appointment. You can just call to ask a question, get some information.
Okay. I'm saying that's all the time we have. Jean, thank you very much for coming in and making sure that we make sure to stay healthy.
That's our goal. Thank you.
All right. And we'll be right back with the Entertainment Minute right after this.